Good morning, Lufkin Central and Online Worship Community. Jason Hollinger, the campus and community minister here. And in our time in Jesus and Coffee this morning, we're going to talk about stewardship. You know, a lot of times when we think of stewardship, we think of our finances, being good stewards with the blessings that we have, but it's giving it away. All that we do with it. When yes, that's a part of it, but it's more than that. A steward takes care of something that someone else owns. While a steward may have control over how to use it, he must always remember who the real owner is of these things, and that we should always be good stewards of what God has given us and how God expects us uh, to live, and how God expects us to act in those moments. I want to read this to you. Just thinking about this, it comes from Acts in Acts chapter 4, as we think about being being good stewards. Again, that it is uh, more than simply something with our finances. Acts 4:32. Check this out. Hear the word of the Lord. It says, "Now the large groups of those who believed were of one heart." Remember in Acts chapter 2, you had thousands coming together, and they lived in community, and they shared what they had with one another. And so it says, "Now the large group of those who believed were of one heart and mind, and no one said that any of his possessions was his own, but instead they held everything in common." So yes, they may have been the one who was in possession of it, right? They may have been the one that it stayed under their roof, or in their tent, or within their immediate family, but ultimately it was for someone else, because it was someone else who had blessed them with it, and so then they were sharing those blessings with the faith community. And yes, I believe that God gives us certain things that will bless us, but do we take it in, and do we kind of we hoard it to ourselves, and this is mine, it's not yours? No, the idea is that God blesses us with the opportunity to feed ourselves and to clothe ourselves, so that we can then feed someone else and clothe someone else. That God provides us with those opportunities to be good stewards of what is given to us, so that uh, we can give back in faith, to make a difference. That's what we've been talking about, making a difference. That we can give back in such a way that when sometimes we may say, well, I mean, my little circle of influence, how can how am I truly going to make a difference in my small little circle that I have? Well, how are you living out as a steward of what God has blessed you with? Yes, make sure that, you know, you have the opportunity. Make sure that your family is fed. Make sure that you have that opportunity to make sure that they have a roof over their head and provide for your family. Yes. But just like we've been talking about the last few mornings with our prayers. Yes, pray for, God, help to keep us safe, help to, but don't end there. But also, God, fill us with the knowledge of your truth, of your salvation. Okay? God, thank you for providing for us and blessing us. And now, God, I want to be a good steward of what you have given me, what you have given my family. And I want to use this for your purpose, for your glory. Thank you for allowing me to have the things of this life. The things of this life that's so many of us may take for granted. that maybe until you lose those things, until they're no longer there, that then do you realize, man, how how rich you were, how much you had. And so my challenge to you today is, as you go about seeking to make a difference, do so by being a good steward of realizing that what you have is for you and for someone else. How are you going to use that? How are you going to use that blessing that God has given you? Yes, to help you, to help you to see that he is the one who provides and meets all our needs, and helps us to kind of go about throughout our day, that he's the one that has those provisions for us. But then how are you going to use those provisions? How are you going to use those blessings to bless someone else? We're going to pick back up with these, how can I make a difference, be difference makers studies, outlive your life, on Monday morning. And my challenge to you is, just throughout these next few days, seek to be a good steward. Create that habit, so then it doesn't just last a day or 2 days or 3 days, but that it's something that defines who you are and guides your steps all along the way. How are you going to be a good steward of the blessing that God has given you? Can't wait to hear and see how it goes. Y'all have a great day. God bless.